This is great. The toilet
Is it gone?
Wow. So
This episode of the vlog is sponsored by World of Warships. It's pretty common knowledge that I never play video games. World of Warships is a free-to-play game and is considered the thinking man's action game because it's the perfect balance of action and strategy. You can command a massive naval fleet featuring some of the world's most iconic war vessels. As you play, you can unlock new ships and dominate the oceans with 7 million players worldwide. Weather effects make each battle unique and change the tactics of the battle. Each ship in game is based off of 3D scans of real-life ships and designed with incredible attention to detail, making the battle as realistic as possible. World of Warships is constantly updating the game, so there is something new to experience with a steady cadence of new missions, game updates, and events. Click the link below to play World of Warships and collect the special bonus starter pack. New users can register with a play code
Play Warships 2018
to receive 250 doubloons, 1 million credits, HMS Camp Belltown premium ship, 1 port slot, and 3-day premium time. Support my sponsors, and I get to stay here next to my lathe.
Welding splatter.
It's been a while. I have a lot to talk about, a lot of products to talk about, a lot of things I got, a lot of new tools. I want to talk a little bit about the new TV show, Making It. I am, of course, on that show, Making It. I am in the show very scarcely. I don't factor into too many of the storylines, and it's really about the contestants, so don't expect to see me too much. The premiere did very well, and the show is hosted by Nick and Amy, who have a great chemistry and are super funny. And the judges are great too, and the contestants are great. So go check it out. Making It on NBC. I'm in the background somewhere. You'll see I've got a lot of new projects started. This first is a kitchen island I'm building for a client. I started with a kit from tablelegs.com. This kit needed to be modified. I put the drawers in it and we put these shelves underneath at the bottom, and this is coming out pretty cool. I had to modify it to make it look old. I'm still working on that. It's a challenge to make things look like they've been around for a long time. This walnut table is for a client. It's going to be their breakfast nook table. It's almost 52 inches square. It's a pretty big table. Total Boat provided me the epoxy. It's a new system for me, and I'm experimenting with it. All these tables I'm working on are going in a house, a beach house. So we want to be sure that the ocean doesn't affect the wood too much. I'm going to treat these few tables that are all going to the same house like a boat finish. Slab is going in the same house right by the ocean, so I'm treating it as if it's a boat finish. That's why, again, I'm going to epoxy it. It's going to get about 6 coats of glossy varnish. And once I'm done, I'm going to put the video together, and it's been an adventure. Made by Mother Nature, not by me. Update on the canoe, you can see it right here. It is closed up, it is ready. The project deadline got moved up a little bit, so I jumped in on the doors here and a couple of other projects which were looming. So that is why the canoe is not totally on hold. I'm just taking about a week to 10-day break from it. It's ready for epoxy, so I'm gonna just sand the hell out of the hull and then cover it with mesh and epoxy. Pull it off, flip it over, and do the other side. And JD from Apex Welding came up and he helped me build these doors. Man, these things came out better than I expected. I was very nervous about them because of the size and the immensity of them. I was afraid they were going to droop or they were going to be hard to line up. they're only kind of hanging open now because I haven't put any latches on them. That's coming this Saturday. I'm going to put latches and everything for the final video. This is going to be a video for Lincoln Welding, and you're going to see JD featured in it heavily. So JD.
Yep.
Did you enjoy the door build?
Absolutely. Had a great time.
What was your favorite part?
Hanging out with you. Working with you.
Thank you, man.
It was good stuff.
Thank you, man.
It's fun working with another craftsman instead of just always helpers. Sorry, helpers. Sorry, helpers.
And we used every process. MIG, stick, and then the flux core, the dual shield.
Yep. And we had self-shielded we were going to get to, but just ran out of time.
Oh, right. We didn't get a chance to deactivate.
So you can do wire, just no gas, and as far as those leads would have reached. So as far as I could go with the stick, we could go with that thing.
Well, thanks for coming, bro.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it. Got some really
Great
good
time.
footage. You got to send me some of your stuff you got.
Oh, yeah. I definitely will.
My buddy Eric came up, and together we restored a bandsaw. Eric from Hand Tool Rescue. Man, we had a lot of fun. Great guy. He should be a comedy writer. He's extremely intelligent, extremely funny guy. So check out that video. We're going to release our versions of the video on the same day. I think we discussed August 9th. Is that right, Eric? I'm partway through the edit, and it's a lot of fun. Look forward to that. And I got to machine these cool knobs. This was a lot of fun. Just another challenge I haven't done. Just piecing together what I know how to do and doing something altogether new. Thanks for putting me to the challenge, Eric. I got a bunch of new tools. Check out this buffer. This is a 7 horsepower, 3-phase buffer. Got it on eBay. It was one of those make an offer, and you make an offer and you don't expect them to take it. Well, they took it, and now it's mine. It's a giant. I have to get it set up. We're actually going to put 3-phase in this shop, so it might end up living in here or in the machine shop where I'll be using an American rotary phase converter. Looking forward to turning this thing on for the first time. I'm going to put on a helmet. Got my swage block in from Andrew. Andrew, I love this thing. Still haven't had too much of a chance to use it, but I'm definitely going to be using it at the Blacksmith course. If you guys follow my Instagram, you'll notice we announced 2 Blacksmith courses. Got so full we had to make a second one, and they are both full. So sorry for that. There will be more, so keep an eye out for more classes. We have a pending idea for a altogether new class for the fall, and once Taylor produces that and puts it together, I'll announce that. But this is my new swage block. I love it. You ever see one of those deals on Craigslist and you know you need it? I wanted this lathe, this 9-inch South Bend lathe. Mine does not have a gearbox on it, so you could change thread pitch. Saw this, and I knew I needed it. I called up, and they insisted it was a package deal. Had to buy this Bridgeport clone and a surface grinder with it. So I have these 3 pieces of equipment now. All I wanted was the lathe, but I'm happy. Bridgeport clone is at my mother's house until I could make room for it. I might put it in here, I'm not sure. I don't know if I have enough room yet. Another deal, my new friend Michael sold me this old lathe. He's the guy I got the paper chopper from. If you guys remember, I did a paper chopper restoration. He had this old lathe. This lathe is pre-1900s, definitely 1890s sometime, maybe even older. This is a great old lathe. I got it really just to make sure that nobody took the legs off it. So I'm saving this lathe from becoming a table, and I'm going to make it a lathe again. In time, I'll set it up as a museum type of piece, more of a demonstration of a vintage machine than an actual production machine like my others.
I'm good. I want to talk to him.
Yeah, well, this is going to be great.
He seems like a real character.
In East Durham, New York, where I am, right next door is a big flea market called the East Durham Flea Market. Come take a look at the flea market. But every weekend they have a auction. And Brett walked the auction preview, and he came back and said, "There's something I think you need." And I went over and I saw it, and I put a stay or a hold. I put a hold bid on it, and I won it. And it is this cool little knurler. Kevin Lizotte first showed me the one he has, and I never thought I'd come across one. And thank you, Brett, for finding this. And now I have this cool little tool to add to my toolbox. And maybe I'll knurl all my ice picks. You see when a book has rounded corners? This is the machine to chop those corners round. Thank you, Gary. You know I'm going to use it.
Thank you. This is cool.
John, thank you very much for this 3-phase panel. As soon as my ice picks are ready, I'm definitely sending you a very special one. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Eric, thank you for these dials for my Travadials. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for the kind note. Just want to give a shout out to my buddy Tommy. Tommy gave me this beautiful knife. Check out Crooked River Forge. Christmas is coming up. Maybe you want to buy a friend a knife. Check out Tommy's stuff. Tommy, thank you for my knife, brother. Big shout out to Even Heat Ovens. They saw me working on these razor blades and they said what you need is an even heat oven to get these things heat treated well. This thing is amazing because it has a digital readout. It's called a tap feature. You could set times and set recipes and ramp ups and ramp downs. So this is going to really improve my knife making skills. Even Heat, thank you very much. It's been so long, I've been getting so many things in the mail. Harvey Tools, thank you for the cutting bits. Appreciate it very much. They work wonderfully. Check out these cool signs I made for my buddy's party here in the neighborhood. We made like 10 signs just for a one night's party. That's the kind of crazy parties he throws. Take a few seconds to talk about some books. You guys know Dick Pernicki? This is a book, reprint of an old book, One Man's Wilderness, and the new forward is by Nick Offerman, the original guy who went into the wilderness and did everything on his own with his axes and chisels. Check it out. There's lots of good YouTube stuff on him too. My buddy Garrett's got a new book out, Tips and Tricks from the Workshop. There's a lot of my tips and a lot of my tricks in there as well. There's a lot of YouTube stuff put together here, all added together here. So check out Gareth Bromwin's Tips and Tricks from the Workshop. You're going to meet Scott Grove in a few minutes, but these are a couple of books he did. There's Scott's name. Hardwood Edging. Scott's an expert at doing veneers and edge banding and all kinds of complicated woodworking stuff. There's another book, Advanced Veneering Techniques. He could actually veneer things that are concave and convex. I don't know how he does it. It's pretty amazing. So check out these books by Scott Grove. A couple weeks ago, I had a bunch of friends up. Here's a little synopsis of that weekend.
Channel, name, qualifications.
Oh, hi. Nick Zametti, or Men's Edward Turning on YouTube. I kind of make stuff, mainly on the lathe.
NZ means NZ.
Oh yeah, sorry, NZ. Again.
And the conception master behind Maker Central.
Yeah, and I'm also sort of, yeah, created, put on Maker Central.
Hi, I'm Graz from Graz Makes. I have a wire beard. I make all sorts of stuff, and the most thing I make is my mom disappointed.
Hi, I'm Paulette. I like the Jackman stuff. And today we're gonna make a vlog. Jackman work.
Hey, I'm Chris Zett from Make Everything, and I make everything at youtube.com/.
What do you make?
Everything.
What do you make?
And I might be Jimmy's son, but we haven't figured it out yet.
I'm Derek. Be on TC Forrester 1 on Instagram. Soon to be on YouTube.
Yes.
Be patient. It'll happen. I promise. My beard's also a very convenient place to store an ice pick.
Hey, Scott Grove from Imagine Grove. I make things, I teach, sell stuff, inlay material, easyinlay.com, imaginewoodworker.com, veneer, you name it, so Imagine Grove.
I'm Bobby from Bobby Duke Arts, and I typically just make a bunch of dookie.
My buddy Scott Grove came and he's an expert at casting, and he's the veneer expert. And he brought a bunch of stuff from Smooth On to cast our hands. So we all casted our hands, and we spelled out the word maker or makers in sign language. And he's going to take it back and make a sculpture out of each one of our hands. So we each had a letter to hold inside of the alginate, and we had a lot of fun. It was a great weekend, great bonding experience with all these guys, and great inspiration all around, guys. Thank you all very much.
Yes, I want to put them all so really so we can spell. There we go. Are you filming? Okay. Okay. You're confused? I'll do your best Bobby Duke. You're doing Bobby Duke, you know?
Here's a little check-in from our man Willie. Willie, I love you, buddy.
Hey, hey!
Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Everybody wants to know how you been.
Hello. I've been good. I've been good. I've just been busy.
Right on. You're living in the city now.
I'm in the city. Everybody needs help. Everybody's like crippled. Everybody's got a situation, a problem of some sort that they need Willie's attention.
Willie never has a dull moment here on 2nd Street. Always.
Never a dull moment.
If you're ever in the Lower East Side on 2nd Street, come say hello to Willie.
Come by. I'll be here. Say hello. Show you around.
Everybody worries about you, Willie. I gotta let them know you're okay.
Okay. I'm okay.
A big part of making these doors was my new big fireball angle holders. When you weld and you want to make things square, what you really need are these fireball squares. Check these things out. I met the owner at Bar Z, and he came up with the idea to make these old school style. They're actually cast in cast iron and aluminum. Indispensable if you want to make things square. These doors now are 12 by 6 foot, and the seams everywhere is all consistent because of the fireball squares. Remember I talked about eye muffs? These things are pretty cool. I've been wearing them a lot lately. I've had them now for about 6 months. If you want a pair, check the link down below and check them out. They go over regular glasses, which is good. A lot of people send me stuff to try out, and you know, I do my best to play at least a little bit with everything. I need reading glasses, and when I go under the welding helmet, my reading glasses become sort of obsolete. But Eye Adjusters sent me these things, and these I can adjust. They have a big range, and I find these most useful under the welding helmet. So check out these Eye Adjusters. You can adjust the magnification to suit that momentary need. And like I said, these work best for me under the welding helmet. So check out Eye Adjusters if you're having problems looking through that welding helmet, or just in general when you work on small things. So Eye Adjusters, thank you. I got a great package from my friend Bart. Bart, I appreciate it. He brought me souvenirs from Afghanistan. Man, this stuff is pretty cool. And the note you sent, I wish I could post that video because when I watched it, it made me cry. Thank you, my friend. You guys ever see what I use my little tiny hands? It inspired Tim at Big Dog Forge to make me a pair of these tongs. Go check out Tim's video. It's pretty amazing the process by which he ends up making a pair of hands out of just a chunk of steel. So Tim, thank you very much. Lauren, thank you very much for this ice pick and Brett's little tiny skull. Appreciate it, brother. This little tiny ice pick is anatomically accurate and scaled down to this, whatever, maybe, I don't know, 1/5 or 1/10, I forget what he said. But I could throw it. It has a perfect weight. I could throw it into the styrofoam. Thank you, my friend. Ooh, skull. Is that a skull?
way.
Oh, very cool. And finally, the shop update. Obviously, we have new doors, but the electric trench went in, and Patrick came up with this crazy plan to glue all the PVC pipe together, to drag it as we added 20 feet, 20 feet, 20 feet, and we dragged it, and then we plopped it in the hole. The hole's been there for weeks, and it rained on the only day we had time to install it constantly. So we came up with this idea to work under the tent and glue the joint together and drag it and glue it together and drag it. And then when the rain cleared, we plopped it in the hole. It actually worked out perfect. So Patrick, great ingenuity there. So thank you. And we had help from Ethan, Jay, and Tom. So guys, all thank you very, very much. So that's my vlog for the week, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for the love and support. You can see how many videos I have in this shoot. They're all probably going to come out at the same exact time. My next video is going to be with Eric, where we restore the bandsaw, and also I have a 1.3 on the hundreds million collections video, and I think I'm going to show you guys my anvil collection. Thank you to all. I really appreciate it, and go check out Making It on NBC.
There. Max. Chippy. Pepper.